Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. It's a battle of elite pitchers next on MLB Network. Justin Verlander, a Virginia-born right-hander, gets the ball to start this one. What do we need to know here, HR?
Matt, I like this guy. He is a really good pitcher. An ERA just a little over 3 last season. He's usually pretty tough on the opponent. He's going to keep you in the game and give that manager some opportunities late in the game to get a W. I like what this guy brings, and maybe he'll bring it today.
Here's Carlos Santana now, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate. Hit to second. Kinsler's got it. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. What's going to be the key for them today, HR?
Well, I think the key here is get runners on early and score as often as you can. Get that pitcher in the stretch. Force the action, steal a base, hit and run. Force the defense to have to handle the ball. I don't care how good a defensive team you are, but when you continue having pressure on you, it just forces you to have to act and react to it.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jose Ramirez. His line against Justin Verlander comes in with 6 hits in 19 tries. Sent out to straightaway center field. Collins is there, 2 gone.
Batting third, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. There's the circle change, and a dandy that time as he jumps ahead with strike 1. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Well, Matt, Joey Mack's been pretty good. He's a standard basic umpire. Doesn't miss a whole lot. At the end of the day, though, he's pretty ordinary.
Hard on the ground towards short. Iglesias is there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down against Verlander here in the first. Indians nothing. Tigers coming to bat. More to come after this on MLB Network. Corey Kluber gets the starting assignment for the Tribe in this one. What do you have for us on him, H?
Matt, I like this guy. He is a really good pitcher. An ERA just a little over 3 last season. He's usually pretty tough on the opponent. He's going to keep you in the game and give that manager some opportunities late in the game to get a W. I like what this guy brings, and maybe he'll bring it today.
And striding in is the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, now to get things rolling in the home half of inning number 1. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And now a pitch on the way. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Looked like a sinker there, but he got under it anyway. This is lifted out to left. Under it now is Brantley, and he has it for the first out. A moment now in Motown to check out the Tigers starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
You know, Ian Kinsler is a difference maker right now. He's one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. He's such a clutch hitter. I love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that in this game as well.
Nick Castellanos now. Lifetime against Corey Kluber. 7 hits in 21 at-bats. 7 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. And that one right down Main Street.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. One out, nobody on. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
And here's a ball hit in the air, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Danger looms on deck here in the person of Miguel Cabrera. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. And he missed with that one. It's ball 4. A one-out walk here in the home first.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
The first baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. Has a look, now the pitch. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Heavy sinker just stayed inside.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
There's a strike. It's 2-1. Runner at first here, one man out. Won't go after the 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now.
We're seeing a good AB here from the 3-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
And he misses again. Ball 4, and that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
At this rate, he's going to set some kind of a record for walks issued in a game, or he'll get an early hook. We'll see if he can settle down here and start to find the strike zone, or if he continues to struggle.
Coming to the plate now, Victor Martinez. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike 1.
That's a nice job of getting ahead right there. This is a tough situation he's in. He's going to have to use all his pitches to get out of this jam.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And this will be fouled away. Ready with the 0-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. First and second now, one man out. And Victor able to lay off that one, and the count moves to 1-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. 1-2. Here it comes. Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. Castellanos rounds third and is digging for the plate. And the run will score as the Tigers are off to a 1-0 lead.
Well, nice job right there. He comes through with the RBI base hit, and now his side has the lead.
Martinez.
Here's J.D. Martinez. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I tell you what, he had to honor the fastball. The fastball, the pitch before, and back with the changeup. That's a great combination.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Swing and a little blooper to center. Gonzalez into shallow center. He can't get there as it falls in. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Left fielder, Justin Upton.
Here's Justin Upton now as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Matt, this is how you want to start a game. First inning, you already jump on them early. You get 1 run in, and now you have 2 other runners on base. You come up with a big hit here. You can really make a big dent right here in this game in the first inning.
And here's a sinker that had a little bit too much dart to it there as it just about came in and nailed him.
Most good pitchers know that they have to work inside and sometimes even come off the plate to keep hitters from getting comfortable up there. I think that was part of the intent with that last pitch.
Ready with the 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
Upton awaits the 1-2. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in a run because the runner at first will be in motion.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Boy, not close again. His 3rd walk of the inning as that misses for ball 4.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
Now at the plate, Tyler Collins. Given the situation, he's got an opportunity to break this game wide open. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. 2 out, bases loaded. Ball 2.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0 and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Moving under it, Chisenhall. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Tigers get just the 1. We'll move on to the 2nd inning here at Comerica Park. Detroit is out in front, 1-0. Edwin Encarnacion now. His line against Justin Verlander, 3 base hits in 23 at-bats. 2 of those hits were for home runs. First pitch on its way from Verlander. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Now here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
And this is a ball to Encarnacion. 2-1 now. The pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Upton on the move. And that's the first out of the inning.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the tie.
Fielder number 20.
And I'm looking down there at second base, Ian Kinsler.
Brantley.
You know, this guy's defense gets overlooked. I love how he turns the pivot, but he's also got great range to his left. Makes all those tough plays throwing on the run to first base. He's dynamite.
Here's Michael Brantley. Into the windup and the pitch. And the changeup just missed the inside corner. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Popped up. Castellanos is there. 2 down.
Batting set, the right fielder, number 8.
Lonnie Chisenhall will stand in. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch coming. Here it is. And a fastball just below the knees. Ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
He looks really strong here early in this game, and that fastball is a good example. Put that thing in a great spot and right where he wanted it.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
That's an interesting pitch right there. Let's see if that throws him off a little bit. He's been on a pretty good roll. He can't let it upset him. Just get back in the groove right here.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he lays off again. Ball 3.
3-ball count right now. This looks like the best chance of getting a base runner on so far.
Here it comes. And that's in there on the hands. 3-2 now. Verlander deals the 3-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Collins sprinting after it. And that retires the side. Nothing doing against Verlander that time around. And he's got himself a 1-0 lead. Stepping into the box, James McCann. Lifetime against Corey Kluber. He's hitless in 6 tries.
McCann.
Here's the first pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. The windup and the 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
This is not the guy you want to walk right here. Look, the 8-hitter, this could set up a big inning if he gets on.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Squared that one up just a little late. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
That leadoff walk is a great way to start this inning when you're looking to pad the lead. Could be the beginning of good things here in this half inning.
So striding forward now, Jose Iglesias. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. First pitch of the at-bat. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Runner goes for second. Sent on the ground out to second. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Well, this is how you ride it up when you're making your batting order. The bottom of the lineup and set it up for the top. You're in trouble now.
Ian Kinsler.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate.
This is where you got to pitch to the strikeout. Infield's drawn in. You don't want contact. You want to make him swing and miss. Throw the nastiest stuff you have.
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. A throw to the plate, and he will beat the tag. Safe at the plate. What a bad time for a wild pitch as the run will score from third.
This is why you've always got to be careful with a runner on third. He went with the slider there and just overthrew it and spiked it into the ground. He's going to have a hard time letting that one go.
Pitch taken there by Kinsler, and he's out in front now. 2 balls and a strike. A runner at second, nobody out. And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Digging in to try it again, Nick Castellanos. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
This is one of those classic bunt situations here, but it's not a given anymore like it used to be, and that's the case even more so in the American League.
1-1.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. You got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Iglesias rounds the corner and is headed home. The runner scores from second.
Well, we've already had some hard-hit balls in the first 2 innings here, and here's another one. Absolutely jumped off his bat and into the outfield, bringing another run home here in the early going.
Now some movement in the Tribe bullpen as a right-hander starts to loosen up. Into the box now, Miguel Cabrera, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He drew a base on balls his first time up. From the belt, the pitch. Good cut that time by Cabrera, but he couldn't come up with it. It's 0-2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
Here it comes on 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's a much-needed first out there.
All right, here's how the Indians line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. Now I look down at shortstop and I see Francisco Lindor, and I wonder, man, those little white pearls he's got, he loves his teeth. He actually talked about being a dentist. That's why his hands are so good. Nobody's going to bounce up and hit his teeth. He's going to catch everything.
Striding in once again, Victor Martinez. He singled his last time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Well, that sinker is normally a really important pitch for him, but it really hasn't been effective so far. It just looks kind of flat.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Sinker stays outside and is behind now 2-0.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
And boy, well hit, but out of play into the stands in deep right. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Might have jammed him a little there as this is softly hit and foul off to the left. 2-2 is a changeup that misses 3-2.
Well, I think that pitch is the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
And he misses again, as the command is definitely letting him down now. It's ball 4.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
Digging in for his second at-bat, J.D. Martinez. He reached on a single in his first try. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or are you still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout, or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Soft liner towards first. 1 there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So 2 runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. We've played 2 full. The Tigers lead it 3-0. A nice aerial look of downtown Detroit as we welcome you back to our MLB Network broadcast from Comerica Park. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Throws him with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
The 0-1 pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. Here it comes on 1-1. And a swing as the bat goes flying toward the third base dugout, but it looks like everybody was able to duck for cover. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
The 2-2 one more time. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
The pitch. Got him.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looked so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
And that'll bring up Eric Gonzalez, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike.
He's looking really great on the bump right now. I mean, it's been a while since he's allowed a base runner, and he just jumped ahead of another hitter right there.
Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Here's Verlander now on 0-2. And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball. Indians still in search of their first hit of the ball game. That misses. 1-2. One and two. Here it comes. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang-bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
And next will be the versatile Tyler Naquin. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. In there, no balls and a strike. His line against Justin Verlander have yielded just a 2 for 12. He's taken him deep once. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2.
Matt, he's 1 pitch away from striking out the side. Now that's a shutdown inning. Your team gets your runs, and then you go back and shut them down.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was really dominant. No complaints here.
3-0 the final score in this one today. Detroit earned the victory despite only collecting 4 total hits. Corey Kluber only completed 2 innings and is charged with the loss. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
3 runs, 4 hits, no errors,